It's no secret that Astarion is hands down my favorite character in Baldur's Gate 3, so you know this whole video is just going to be me fawning over him, right? But I think once you've finished watching that you will agree with me that he is by far the best romance option, even if he is a little difficult to please. My second game was all to romance Astarion. I had been interested in him on my wizard, but it just made more sense for her to go with Gale. My Wood Elf Ranger just suited him better, and so I went about making all of the crazy choices that made him happy. He likes a good time and usually at the expense of others. Little by little you will win him over, and believe me, it will be totally worth it. The first scene that has a romantic option is the one where he is looking at the stars. Let's watch, and I'll comment afterwards. Spoilers ahead. If you don't want to see these scenes, then turn back.
It's quite a sight. The stars, I mean. I could take or leave your chin. No. Just thinking. Reflecting on what tomorrow might bring. When we arrive at this Gith crash. Will we find out how to bring the worm under control? Will this little adventure of ours be over? Good. I don't want you to run off just yet. You're quite the ally after all. Traversing Avernus, surviving the crash, surviving everything that's followed. I'm not easily impressed by people, but you're stronger than I gave you credit for. A delicious thought, but the right moment. I'm sorry. I need to clear my head. I'll see you later, I'm sure. Sleep tight.
It's very nice to see him being sentimental here. He's thinking about what will happen if your time together ends and seems very happy when you say you can still travel together. He'll also admit to missing you if you pick that option. The flirt, of course, is saying you have many talents, and I've got to say I love the crazy eyes afterwards. Expertly done and exactly how I'd expect a vampire to respond. He still holds back even after you press the issue saying he needs to clear his head. I'm betting the reality is that he was feeling a bit peckish, as he likes to put it, and the thoughts of getting hot and heavy would likely have put him over the edge, resulting in possibly killing you. Maybe I'm reading too much into that, but put that together with the crazy eyes and it makes me think, yep, he was probably hungry. Maybe there was a twinge of wanting to get to know the PC a little bit better, too. Still, it's a great scene. I have zero complaints. I loved everything, even down to the line about taking or leaving my chin. The next romantic scene comes on the night of the celebration for saving the tiefling refugees. At the beginning of the night, you can seek him out asking if he wants to sleep with you, but if you play around, you'll find some interesting ways of going about it. My absolute favorite is to make him ask you, but it's probably worth saving beforehand because there's a difficult role to pass. But man, is it worth it.
You know, I never pictured myself as a hero. Never thought I'd be the one they'd toast for saving so many lives. And now that I'm here, I hate it. This is awful. We killed some goblins to save some tieflings. The tally of lives didn't change much. But what do I get for all my hard work? A pat on the head and vinegar for wine. Pfft. I'm just looking for a little more excitement. A little more fun. Don't be so sour. I like a good time as much as anyone. You know, we could always make our own entertainment, darling. Get a little closer, so to speak. What? Please. Cheeky little pup. I'll see you later.
It's funny because initially I didn't like the idea of forcing him to say please and then saying good boy like he was some dog. But in the end it was so funny and his response is perfect, even down to the smile and calling me a cheeky little pup. Just Astarion Gold as per the usual. If you talk to him again before the night ends, he'll respond with this bit.
You're eager, aren't you? But we need to wait a little longer. Once everyone's in their bedrolls, we'll slip out of ours and find each other.
Yes, Astarion, I am eager. I love how everything he says just makes you want to be like, yes, please. Maybe it's the voice actor, maybe it's the words being spoken, but Astarion is just freaking smooth as all get out. When the night finally ends, you're assaulted with even more hotness. Seriously, the writers did a good job with this one. He is just, well, you watch and see what I mean.
There you are. I've been waiting. Waiting since the moment I set eyes on you. Waiting to have you. Don't I? You're here. And I don't think you want to talk. I think you want to be known. To be tasted. What do any of us want? Pleasure. Yours. Mine. Our collective ecstasy. That's what you want, isn't it? To lose yourself in me. I thought so.
His skin is cool to the touch, his kiss bracing. You lean in, and he pulls you closer.
Oh, yeah. Astarion is my new Alistair. I never thought it was possible that it would happen again after 2 other Dragon Age installments, and then out of nowhere, when I had given up hope that I would ever like another companion ever again, here comes Astarion, and I am smitten. Seriously. I think I'm blushing as I say this. There isn't much in the way of a kissing scene or anything like that. It's all under construction, sadly, but it really doesn't matter because that shit was hot. I like that they give you the option to bare your neck, and I can't wait to see it acted out with the characters. Once you're done, there are some more dialogue options, but one of the better ones happens if you choose not to ask about his scars.
You sleep light. I thought you'd be exhausted after last night. How dare you? I'm a consummate lover. I was holding back, if anything. Worried that I might lose control. Delicious as you were, I didn't want to go too far. Now, shall we get on? I want to go before anyone else thanks me for saving their tails. And don't feel the need to brag to the others about our little tryst. Given the noise you made last night, I'm sure they already know.
I really thought Astarion was going to get pissed when I chose the "you weren't that good" option, but instead he was hilarious. I loved the indignance, his "how dare you." It's a much better segue into the next part too, where he talks about holding back so he wouldn't lose control. It's a really cool element of danger for the romance as well, and I wonder where that's going to go in the future if you ever get more serious. I died laughing at his comments about how much noise my PC made and how all the others already knew what we were up to. Alternately, you can ask about the scars on his back, and he tells you about how Cazador carved a poem into his back, which seems to make him a little uncomfortable. To me, it just feels better to leave it on a funnier note instead. There isn't any day after dialogue as of yet, but there is a really nice touch in that he responds differently to you. Not going to say I didn't swoon the first time I was met with this.
Yes, darling. Do you need something?
Or this.
Need something, or did you just miss me?
Or this. The best one.
Hello, lover.
Alright, enough. I can't take it anymore. This frickin' guy, if he were a real person, he'd be covered in panties, non-stop, forever. Just a walking mound of underwear. Wow, that's a really strange picture. But whatever, you get my point. Some characters just do it for you, and Astarion certainly does it for me. I really don't have any complaints at all for this romance so far. I love it. I want more of it. I really hope there's more. Please do more, Larian. We need it, like, really bad. But in all seriousness, it's a wonderful romance. Even if it goes somewhere sour eventually, I would still love it. There's definitely the worry of Cazador looming on the horizon, or the fact that he is really into using the tadpole powers. We might not have the happiest of endings, but knowing this game, I'm sure there's some way around it if you're clever enough. I still really love the idea of becoming a vampire as well. I think it would be freaking awesome, and while I think it might be possible, we won't know for sure for quite some time if it's ever going to happen at all. I could totally see Cazador being a boss for a side quest for Astarion though, and there could be some really interesting interactions there. It would be heartbreaking if he somehow wrested control back over him though, and he was forced to leave you. Man, there are so many possibilities, I just can't wait to see what's coming next. So how did you feel about the Astarion romance? Were you echoing my fangirl sentiments, or did you find it lacking? If you found it lacking, what's wrong with you? It's funny because my husband recently hit the celebration scene and he couldn't get Lae'zel to hook up with him. I told him, Astarion are broke, and he's like, nah, maybe if they make a girl model later on in a mod, I would. And I'm like, man, Astarion is worth going gay for. Just do it. You won't regret it. He went for Shadowheart instead and felt a wave of resentment when she called him a mistake afterwards. Ouch. What did I tell you, man? Astarion would have shown you a good time. Be sure to tell me how much you love Astarion below. See you guys later.